T-Mobile. This is eSIM Studios. So I was paying my T-Mobile bill last night, and I opened up the app, and the first thing I see is, I got it on my phone right now. Another data breach. Let's see what they say. It says, "Good morning," which it was 2 something in the morning, right? So, anyways, listen to this. It says, "Important. T-Mobile has determined that limited account information was obtained without authorization. Our systems and policies prevented the most sensitive types of customer information from being accessed. Customer accounts and finances are not put directly at risk by this event. Your password, social security number, and payment methods were not affected, but other info like name, phone number, number of lines, contact details, and date of birth may have been." Now, I also saw another statement by them saying that the data breach was perpetrated by a quote-unquote bad actor. Now, if you don't know the history, T-Mobile had a huge data breach, I want to say 6 months ago. And at that time, my wife and I were considering switching, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. We actually changed our debit cards, my debit card, because mine's on the account, and tried to take precautions that way. This time is different. When I saw that last night, oh God, not again. Now, bad actor. What is a bad actor? A bad actor, from what T-Mobile claims, well, let's break down the words bad actor. Bad is pretty self-explanatory. Opposite of good. An actor is somebody that portrays themselves to be something else or somebody else. They're acting, right? An actor on screen plays somebody else. So, what that tells me is that it was an inside job. And let me tell you, okay, so our information, what did it say? I'll try to make this quick. It says your password, social security number, and payment methods were not affected. But other info like name, number of lines, phone number, contact details, and date of birth may have been. Okay. So let me tell you what they do, because apparently 37 million customers of data was stolen. 37 million. And then most people say, well, what do they do with that info? Okay, so it was stolen. So what happens to that info after? Because that's all you hear. Info stolen, info stolen. Well, let me tell you what they do and how they do it, right? This is why it is very important, and this is why this is unacceptable. This is why we are leaving T-Mobile. There's too many good deals out there for cellular service. What happens is, okay, there's a bad actor. So, scammers, what they do, there is this thing called a SIM swap. If you don't know what it is, you can look it up. I'm pretty familiar with it. Obviously, I've never never attempted to do anything. I've looked into it a lot. I totally understand it. And we actually and this may be due to the first data breach. A SIM swap here's what happens. Somebody, probably a scammer, probably has a bunch of cash. Some of these guys got millions of dollars, the good ones. And they also have a bunch of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. A lot of them got in years ago when it was $1,000, $2,000 a coin. Now it's $21,000. So what they probably did is they probably offered somebody, $500,000 in Bitcoin. Somebody that has a desk job that probably makes 40, 45 grand a year. If somebody offers you $500,000 either in cash or in Bitcoin, and they're going to say, well, just copy the information on this SSD or whatever, however it happens. Somebody got bribed inside, or somebody purposely got that job to filter out the information on purpose. So what these guys will do, have you ever gotten a text message where they ask you, you know what two-factor authentication is? Where if you have a bank app or social media app, where you basically, when you sign in, they will text your phone number, a whatever 5-6 digit passcode. This is what the SIM swap does. This is why it's so important, and this is why, and nobody really tells you this, but this is exactly what they do. So a SIM swap, let's get back to this. A SIM swap, let me read you the official definition, because I can read you the official definition, but it doesn't, and then I can tell you kind of like, in my own words, kind of translate it to you. It says a SIM swap scam, also known as port out scam, never heard of that, or SIM jacking, never heard of that, or SIM swapping, is a type of account takeover fraud that generally targets a weakness in two-factor authentication and two-step factor verification, in which the second factor or step is a text message or call placed on a mobile telephone. So, what these people will do with your T-Mobile information, these scammers, after they obtain it, they will go into the T-Mobile systems. They have your numbers. They will actually change your phone number to a device they have. So if they have a spare phone, they will literally go into their system, switch their phone, take their number off. They will put your T-Mobile phone number on their phone. They'll literally switch the number out, so they have your number now. So they can go into your banking app, try to sign in, and then Chase will say, hey, we don't recognize your device. How do you want to get a special code? And then they choose, you choose either email or phone number. Then they'll choose phone number. And then boom, Chase will text your number, that code, but they switched your number to their phone. So instead of that, that 5-6 digit code will go to your number, which is on their phone, and then they punch in that little 5 or 6 digit code, and then they can get into your banking app. They can get into whatever they want. We have Pixel phones. Pixel is so good. My 12-year-old daughter, probably once a week, maybe not that often, once every 2 weeks, will come up to my wife or I and say, hey, somebody's trying to scam me again. The Pixel is really good about filtering out spam stuff. I get those too. Where you'll get somebody trying to spark just a random conversation, text message. They're trying to fish information out of you. Or they'll say, hey, can you text me back this code? I can't even remember what they say, but it's somewhere along those lines where you scratch your head and you're like, what? Yeah, well, that's the same thing. They're trying to do a SIM swap. They're trying, or they are trying to get into your account with that code sent to your number. And it's very important that you don't even engage in weird text messages or from numbers that you don't know. I just automatically delete them. Pixel does it for me. They'll just automatically delete the or mark it as spam. But it is very important, and it's just not a good thing for T-Mobile. In fact, it's a very bad thing. And with so many different services out there, I was just looking online. We have our work phone with Mint Mobile. You can get unlimited for like $30 a month. Google Fi has unlimited everything for $20 a month. Because we pay for 4 lines with T-Mobile, we pay $248 for 4 lines. Google Fi, if you're not familiar with that, yes, Google has their own cell service. It runs on T-Mobile towers, but it's not necessarily T-Mobile computer systems. Your information is not stored with T-Mobile. They run off T-Mobile towers, but it's $20 a line, so it's $80 with Google Fi, unlimited everything, compared to $248 with T-Mobile. So it's kind of a no-brainer, and I've kind of been thinking about switching for the last, I don't know, month or two, and this is the final straw. This is ridiculous. So that is it. I just wanted you to be aware that this is the SIM swap is what they are doing with your data that was breached in this latest T-Mobile incident. So if you're a T-Mobile customer, please be aware. If you don't know what SIM swap is, please read up on it. And if you get any weird text messages that don't make sense, automatically delete them. So just wanted to bring this to your attention. It is it's a very, very serious topic, because a lot of people do get scammed out of, a lot of good people do get scammed. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Peace.